Hello guys, my name is Kevin. I'm 18 years old. I am a student at Excella High. I'm a senior and I've been working with HTML for about 5 years now. And this is HTML 101, episode 1, phase 1. Phase 1 will be all about the fundamentals, the building blocks. Phase 2 will be web design, where we'll look at CSS. And phase 3 will be about the frameworks. JavaScript frameworks, CSS frameworks, Tailwind, Bootstrap. We'll look at all those. Phase 4 will be focused on the backend. We'll build a dynamic application like Twitter. So bear with me. This is gonna be interesting. Now here at Code.Initiative, we just want to change a conspiracy theory, like these rumors that coding is boring and time consuming. Well, yes, it needs a little bit of hard work, but it's nothing of boring. It's not boring. Coding is not boring. So our aim is just to make it fun. So without further ado, let's just get started. Now, first thing you want to know about HTML is that HTML needs a browser, a text editor and a browser. And for the sake of us being beginners, which I assume all of you are beginners, for just this first episode, we're going to use the built-in text editor Notepad. For those who are on Windows, on macOS there's another one, on Linux there's another one. So for Windows, we're just going to use Notepad. As for the browser, you can use any browser you want. You can use Microsoft Edge, Opera. I personally like and recommend Google Chrome. It's so easy for me to use. Well, I don't know which one you prefer. I'm not against any of those. As you can see, my Google Chrome is customized, so if you would like to customize it like this, well, you just gotta write in the description. So what is HTML, guys? What is HTML? Well, HTML is a markup language. HTML is a markup language. What does that mean? It means HTML is building blocks. Think of HTML like, say, building a house. The frames, you start with the frame. That's what you start with. You put a brick on another brick, you put a brick on another brick. Eventually, the house is over. Now, HTML is the bricks, and CSS is kind of like the color, the design. It's not that the house is not finished. You just want to make it, well, user-friendly. So HTML is a hypertext markup language for building blocks. So why don't we build a block? So I'm gonna go ahead and go to Notepad. First thing you need to know is that every HTML file starts like this: doc type HTML. Now what this means that this helps the browser recognize the file. This helps the browser know, I'm dealing with a HTML file. So let me act accordingly. Great. So after letting the browser know that this is a HTML file, we're gonna open a HTML tag. Now a HTML tag is how it all begins. It's the center of creation. So a HTML, whatever, it starts with a HTML tag. Every programming language has its own tag. Let's say JavaScript, I mean PHP maybe. PHP starts like this and ends like this. It starts with PHP, ends with a question tag mark. HTML just starts like this and ends like this. Now you open a HTML tag and you close it. Now of course you can close it after writing codes, but I would highly recommend you to just open it and close it and write the codes within, because sometimes people just forget. That's what happened to me for the first time. Like, I used to forget all the time. So great, why don't we just save this and see it in the browser? So for saving, we're just gonna come here to save as, or Ctrl+Shift+S, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put in my disk file, and then I'm going to create a new folder and just call it HTML 101. Great. I'm going to open the folder and let's call it index. Now, another thing you have to know, whenever you're saving a HTML5, you always have to end with .html. Now, it can be any name you want here. It can be, let's say, my name, Kevin. It can be my, I don't know, my city, Kigali. It can be anything. But for now, let's just write index. Now, whatever you choose to write, whatever you guys choose to write, just make sure it ends with this extension, .html. This is also another step of showing the browser that it's a HTML file, so it knows how to act accordingly. Now, if this was to be, let's say, text, if we clicked on this, it would open it in Notepad, and that's surely not what we want. We want it open in the browser as a HTML file. So we're gonna go ahead and call it HTML, index.html. Great. So let's open our file. Go where we saved them. You can save it anywhere you want. Index.html. And this is what we have, a blank page. Let me go ahead and just do like this. It's totally blank. Totally. So why don't we add in something? So let's go back to Notepad. So first thing I want to teach you is paragraph. Again, this is a paragraph tag. Whenever you open a tag, you have to close it. Now you might be wondering why you don't write paragraph like this. Well, you can't. This takes a lot of time. It is not in the default. So paragraph is just a p tag. You open the tag, you close the tag, just like you open the HTML tag and close the HTML tag. So let's do the common thing. Hello world. Display hello world in the browser. Now you're gonna go ahead and go to file, save. Now we saved it. We do Ctrl R to refresh, and that's hello world. There we go. This is how it looks like. Hello world. Nothing special, nothing too fancy, just a hello world display on the browser. Great. What else can you do? You can say, hello, my name is Kevin. Again, you can come here and save, or you can do Ctrl S, which is what I'm going to do from now on. And you click here, or Ctrl R. Hello, my name is Kevin. Now that's a paragraph tag. You can add as many paragraph tags you want. So let's say, let me go ahead and copy this and paste it again here and say, hello, my name is, say, Steve. So I had deleted the paragraph tag. I save, I refresh the browser. Hello, my name is Kevin. Hello, my name is Steve. Now there are a bunch of other stuff that you can do. Let's put a header. Let's put a title. So a header or a title, there's many headers depending on which style you want and what size you want it to. So for now, I'm going to teach you all 6 of them. This header one. This is the biggest header you can find. Well, you can customize it and make it larger or smaller, but this is the biggest by default. So let's say, let's call it our names. We save it and see how big it is compared to the normal paragraphs. In fact, let me go ahead and put another header and say, this time it's going to be header 2. Again, whenever I open a tag, I open the H tag, I close the tag. H2, we're gonna go ahead and say, nice work. Great. Our names, now see the difference between header 1 and header 2. The farther you go, the smaller it gets. Now it gets up to 6 headers, so there's header 1 up to 6. So let me go ahead and copy header 2 and call it header 3. You're gonna be seeing the difference in another one for header 4, and another one for header 5. Now bear with me. In the next episode, I'm just going to teach you how to download a text editor like Sublime Text, PHP Storm to make things simpler. But for now, let's take it baby steps. Great. So now you can see header 6 is even smaller than the paragraph. It gets more interesting the more you go up. So header 1 is the biggest, header 2. Now there's no header 7 or 8, just up to header 6. So this is what we'll be doing for today. So what did we learn today, people? We learned what HTML was. HTML is a markup language, hypertext markup language. It is like a building block. This is where every website starts. Every website, Twitter, YouTube, any website you name it, it got a HTML portion in it. Great. We learned that every HTML file starts with a doc type to let the browser know that it's dealing with a HTML file. We learned that every HTML, everything we're gonna write has to be in a HTML tag. Now a HTML tag or any other tag, you have to open it and you have to close it. With their tags you have to only open, but for now this is what we're going to just believe. You open, just like before you never knew there was a -1 until they just prove it. Like before they told us the smallest number was 0, and then out of nowhere they just dropped a -1 right in front of us. So just for now, we're just gonna assume every tag you open you have to close it. We learned how to make header 1, header 2, header 3, header 4, header 5, header 6. We learned how to make paragraphs, and most importantly we learned that whenever we're going to save a file, we have to call a .html extension. You can name this whatever you want. You can name it index, main, whatever you want. In fact, let's just call it main. We save, and now it's main. As long as it's a .html, we are good to go. Now, I'm sorry for this microphone. I'm still working on improving my quality, my audio quality and video quality. So I hope you could bear with me. So in the next episode, we'll download a good text editor for this kind of things. See you in the next episode.